So what Pan Bondi is basically telling Minnesota is that you have no rights. We want to invade your privacy as far as voters registration. We want to rig your elections. We want you to turn in innocent people who have nothing to do with everything. We want control of what your state does. Oh, by the way, Mundani, you should pay attention to this. They want them to take away their sanctuary city status, which we have here in New York. This is why I keep saying this is going to come here eventually. We're going to have the same issues with the unaliving of people in New York City, the brutality, the busting down doors, and all the rest of that. So I hope New York City is ready. And you guys think the man who walks around with security is going to stop that? Is Tim stopping it? Is the guy who said, get the fuck out of here, ICE, who has suddenly changed his tune and trying to eliminate people's First Amendment and now Second Amendment rights because now you can't have a permit to carry or else they will murder you? So Pam Bondi and all the rest of them and Kristi Noem are working under the worship of the guy who thinks he's a fucking king. So of course he wants submission. Of course he wants voter registration things, which judges have already told him no. So if the judges said no to him, now he's going to beat us into submission so he can rig the election so he can stay in power. Because he knows damn well if a sweep does happen, they're probably going to move for articles of impeachment, which he was before. But if we get the Senate, we can move for full impeachment. You get that? You get that? So this is why they're choosing to send their toy soldiers out to unalive us for voters' rights and for complete control over a predominantly Democratic state. That's nice. That's nice. Exactly what. So basically, again, the government doesn't give a fuck about you or your fucking safety. This is purely to maintain and keep power and money, because with power comes money. You notice how he took over everything in Venezuela and basically had all this money and then has it in an offshore account that only he knows about. How are you doing that for the people? All that money that you got from there, why aren't you paying people's mortgages and people's fucking rent who are basically struggling in your country? How is it making America great, or is it making your family and your legacy richer, richer, richer? But y'all don't see that. While you suffer on your farms, while you suffer if we have another government shutdown, whether you voted for him or not, and you will not have a fucking job, while you suffer to pay your fucking utility bills that we have to have because it's fucking 17 degrees outside and fucking snowing in all of the East Coast, including fucking Texas, where my best friend lives. While you suffer, this man becomes rich. While you run around in fear that you cannot use your constitutional rights, this man sits, shits, and eats McDonald's.